Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jane Kamal streaming live at 4:30 after the market close, and it was a green day, as green could be today. It was super green. We had the kind of plush green that my friend Kamal likes, right, Kamal?
On Thursdays, yes, I like Green Thursday.
Especially on a Thursday because that portends well for Friday.
Right, right. Sets the stage for Friday, for a Green Friday as well.
Absolutely does. So I had it exactly right with Amazon yesterday. I looked at the charts with Professor Spike and Arjun, and it looked like Amazon wanted to fill a small gap at around, I guess it was 2404, something like that. So I knew it was going to. I had a strong feeling it would start off in the red and end up strong in the green, and that's pretty much what happened today. Most everything I own was in the green. I had trouble finding red today, which is the way I
Yes,
look at it.
I
Roblox had a phenomenal day. There were a few stocks that had really good days.
correct.
Um, yeah, that wasn't the only one. I think that was up about 16%. I had another one. I call it Devil Dog. It's really Data Dog. D symbol PDOG. That was up about 18% at one point. I don't know
Yeah,
how it closed. So I had some really good winners. For Pete Alkerson, we're going to chart ATNF. I'm going to add that to my list because he requested it yesterday, but I forgot about it. So we'll definitely chart that one. The BioDrec even was up today. I noticed yesterday that CRISPR, I even remarked to Arjun that CRISPR looked like it wanted to go up in the worst way yesterday, but with the rest of the market sold off towards the end. Well, today it made up for it. At least last I looked, it was up very nicely on the day. So above 60 actually. And that's 1 week after Goldman put a sell on it. Goldman put a sell on it at $44, and now it's over 60 in 1 week. That's what I call being a little too late to the party.
the analysts could be wrong. Sometimes they make wrong calls.
And Citibank analysts put a neutral at $54 on,
Wow.
on CRISPR. So and then almost every analyst took the targets down, even if they left the buy. It all went down uniformly, and they're going to all feel silly when they start raising the price targets on CRISPR. CRISPR had some good news today. They're presenting jointly with Vertex Pharmaceuticals in the hematology conference in Europe. The I guess it's the AEH, Association for European Hematology, something like that. The big one in this country is called ASH, American Society of Hematologists, I believe. Anyway, it's got to do with their sickle cell anemia drug. Say that three times fast. Sickle, sickle cell anemia, sickle cell. Mark is with us. Hey, Mark, how you doing? So, we have a lot to do, so I want to get right to the charts. Start by looking at how everything finished on the day. And that'll be my pleasure to read down the list.
I mean, yesterday it was doom and gloom. You
I
remember?
know.
I mean, one day we're like positive, and one day it's doom and
This
gloom. And
stock market is making me schizoid. That's what I
right,
said. That's what I
yeah.
said yesterday. One day I am very bullish. One day I become bearish the next day. And this market is it's making my head spin. But I've held firm. I haven't sold anything. In fact, I keep adding.
Me either. I have not sold a thing.
So I've been buying mainly quality, but I've been buying. The only two stocks that I had that were read today, I think, was AABB, which I own a little of, and Amneal, which we talked about yesterday, AMRX. They were both down. Even Athesis had a bounce today. It was a really good day. We had a really good day on the street. This is a chart of the spiders, and actually the SPY, the ETF that corresponds to the S&P 500. And we have, you can see this very big green candle that we have that finished right at the top. I love when it finishes right at the top, and especially when it makes a high from the day before. And that's exactly where we were today. We have a higher high, and I believe a higher low, although it's very close. Let's just for the hell of it take a look, see just to see. The low yesterday was 406.93, and today 407.04. So a higher low, a higher high, plush, a very plush green candle, full candle, with just hardly any wick at all at the bottom, like no wick on the top. My kind of candle if you're bullish. And
That's a very bullish candle. Yes,
yes,
I agree.
and I just see it continuing. I don't see any reason for it to back down until at least the 50. That would be the first perhaps area of resistance at 4.25, roughly 424, 425. And that pretty much corresponds with this big green candle from May 4th, which the high that day was 429.66. So I expect somewhere between 4.25 and 430. It's possible we give back a little on the spiders. The spiders might want to fill, SPY might want to ultimately fill this gap before continuing on up. And that's the gap from 526. Let me just,
That's what we thought yesterday, that it was going to fill the gap today.
yeah,
Did it?
no, I said that for Amazon. I didn't say it for the spiders, I don't think. But the spider close that day was 405.31. It almost filled that gap yesterday, but didn't. So 405.31, once it hits 4.25, it could come back 20 points. It wouldn't shock me, and then continue on up. I don't think we're going to make new lows this year unless we get some bad news, really bad news on the earnings front, really bad news on the inflation front, really bad news on the war front, really bad news on the COVID front. Something would have to cause the market to make new lows. It's just basically going the way we're going. There's no reason for any new lows in my mind. We've come down enough. The excess is out of the market. What's left is lean and mean, and I think it's a good opportunity to buy quality. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, buying quality. I mean, sooner or later, the Amazons of the world, the Apples of the world, the Microsofts of the world, the what else? Googles and Teslas. They're all gonna come back off these relatively low levels, and the entire S&P was selling on average over the last 10 years at a 20 multiple on next year's earnings. And we're down to what, a 17 multiple now, something like that. So it's relatively cheap, 17 or 18, I'm not sure. Relatively cheap compared to the average. And we came down as low as a 16 multiple when we hit a Spider 380. And that was only intraday. So we actually technically never entered bear market territory on the spiders. I think the lowest closing low on the spiders, I think was, let's see what it was. It was back here, and that close was 392. So we never really officially got into bear market territory. I think that was the lowest. No, it was a lower close. Let's see what it was on 519. It was 389, which still is not bear market territory. Bear market territory was 384, I believe, something like that. So we never closed in bear market territory.
We're almost there, almost.
Almost. This right now is just a correction on the spiders.
Right.
Believe it or not, with all this downward pressure that we've been feeling, it's not even a bear market. It feels like a bear market. It's behaving like a bear market, but it isn't a bear market, not yet anyway. And hopefully it never will be officially a bear market. It's instead of 20%, it's 19 point something percent. Not a bear market.
Right.
If you really want to be picky about it, Let's look at. By the way, we were up almost 2% today, 1.84% on the spiders, and Bitcoin bounced back a little, 2.6%, 777 points back over 30,000. That's an important thing for all those crypto players. Microsoft was red much of the day, but ended up 2 points or almost 1%. The Dow was up, the smallest of the indices, I believe, 1.3%. And what else? The NASDAQ was up pretty solid. I think it was 2.8% without even looking, something like that. So we had a really good day. The 10-year, I think, was pretty much unchanged at about 1.9. I'll check out the exact numbers in a second. Okay, so let me go over the exact numbers. The S&P 1.8%, the Dow 1.3, the Nasdaq 2.7, the Russell 2.3, crude oil up almost 2%. So it was a good day for crude oil, which is not a good day for us longs in general. It's an inflation problem.
Well, OPEC today said that they're gonna pump more oil.
Yeah, that would be very nice. I hope they do. Gold and silver up 1.3 and 1.96 respectively. 10-year down down 2 basis points to 2.91. That's at least in the right direction. We want it to be below that 3%. Bitcoin, we said, was up. There it is, 2.63%, $777. That's good, real good. Now let's take a look at Amazon. AMZ. And yesterday we made a perfect call on Amazon. Okay, there we have Amazon. Beautiful candle, just like the S&P, right? Full candle, up 3.15%, up more than the S&P, which is up even more than the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was up 2.77. This is up 3.15. Amazon looks extremely strong. I said early on, before this week was up, we would be at the beginning of the week, rather, I said that, or even the end of last week, that we would have a pre-split rally and it would continue after the split. So if I'm right, this thing isn't stopping until we do a gap fill. At the very least, I think we're going to get to the 61.8% level on this fib number. So let me draw that in.
I think we're splitting tomorrow, right?
but I think Monday it goes into effect.
Right. It's after market, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe. So I believe Monday will be an update, even after the trades, you know, 100 and whatever the math is. This computer is giving me conniptions. All right, I finally drew that line in. It's at about, I could tell you exactly better than the line. 29, no, 280, what is it? The close was 28.91. So that's what I think. That's where I think we're heading. Right about there, right about 28.91, and that's still a almost 400 points from here, which is still a nice move on Amazon if I'm right. I'm looking forward to being right on this one, Kamal.
I am hoping so too. I'm hoping it's gonna hit new highs this year.
Hmm. I think it's quite possible, believe it or not, which is kind of amazing considering how low it got.
Yes.
What it come down to?
But it
When it
allowed.
came down to 2000, the low was 2048. And that was just a few days ago, virtually.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's like crazy run that it had.
I
Crazy
mean,
run.
once it splits, it's gonna have a lot more. It will be more affordable for poorer investors, I would say.
Yeah, let's say that it splits when it's, I don't know, 2,600. So that would be 130 a share. That's definitely more affordable.
Right.
So for someone to buy 100 shares costs $1,300. And there's going to be plenty of first-time investors in Amazon that can't wait to buy it come Monday,
Just to be in it.
just to be in it, to say they have a piece of the juggernaut called Amazon.com.
Right.
And what else did I say I wanted to look at today? I guess D-Dog. I call it Devil Dog. I love to call it Devil Dog. D-Dog. It's Datadog, of course. But you know me, I like to give nicknames to a lot of things.
It's a nice name.
This one actually, I saw it at about 115, I believe, and it closed at 110, up 12.9%. Still a tremendous move today. We took out a previous high at 109. And the next high that we're going to start taking out highs. The next high we're going to take out is 124. I see this one moving up nicely, maybe all the way up to I think the 50 offers a little resistance. Once it passes that, I think we go up to the 100 before we get it pulled back, maybe 132. This one has got legs. Software stocks are getting hot again after, I think, largely because of Salesforce. Salesforce, blew the earnings away, blew the estimates away, and I think it lifted up all the software stocks, including this one. And what else did I have listed today? I had CRISPR because I saw yesterday. I said it looked like it wanted to make a move. I think it made that move today. There we go. Nice move. CRISPR over $60, up 5.41%. I mean, it wasn't a devil dog kind of move, but it was a very nice move. And it's after a sustained rally. So we're really basically in a Zoom channel on CRISPR since it bottomed, where did it bottom? Bottomed at about $42. And this week, I think right around last week, let's say, right around May 25th, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
the Goldman analyst put a sell on CRISPR and with a target of $44, 45 or something like that. And earlier, the Citigroup analyst put a neutral call on a hold call with a target of $55 or 54, something like that. And every analyst down the line has been taking the price down, their target price down. Meanwhile, it's rallying. It can't stop rallying since these houses have come in with their lowered forecasts for CRISPR. I'm really happy that they did that because now that the stock has got tremendous momentum. I mean, it's unbelievable after their negativity how this thing is running. It went right through the 100 today. No, it went through the 50 and the 100 and closed above both.
That's very, very good.
How do you like that? How do you like those them their apples? And
Cool.
and there was news today that they teamed up with Vertex. I told you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so they're doing three posters, I believe, on sickle cell anemia at the Association for European Hematology. We like this one. This one we like. This is a good biodrug to be holding onto, and I am doing just that. I'm holding on to it. BCRX had a nice bounce at one point today. I don't know what it did. I don't know what it finished at. It's okay, up 5%, $9.90. That was Arjun's magic number. Close above 990, and Arjun said he'd be a buyer. Well, it didn't close above, but I would say that's close enough, Arjun, if you're listening. I think you got to be a buyer here. We talked about this a lot the other day. We said that 1043 would be the resistance, and if it goes past 1043, it's definitely a Momo buy on the Momo.
This could happen tomorrow.
It could, and if only it would. There we go. There's our 1043 mark, and this is the 990 number that Arjun was so concerned about taking out. Basically, we're there. We're there, Arjun. All right, so there you have it. So we left it yesterday that this is a buy on a close between 990 and 1040. I think it's close enough to call it a buy.
Yep.
Um,
You want to do ATNF?
I do. I absolutely want to do ATNF. This one is 180 Life Science. We've done this one before. I don't think I've ever owned this one. But we have looked at the chart before, and it looks like it's on a nice trajectory at this point. Let's blow it up a little bit. Well, we had a beautiful candle yesterday. It was repelled by the 100. Today, unfortunately, we did not challenge that 100 again. So I'm not sure how stiff that resistance is going to be. But at this point, it's had a nice run off the bottom. And I'd be careful about buying it here at this point because not sure it's going to cross that 100. So I know you could make 40 cents on a $2 stock in the meanwhile, which was 20%. So if you do buy it now, you might think about taking half off the table at the 100 when it hits 100. The 100-day is at 240 exactly 240. So there you have the resistance on ATNF. I think that's really the important thing to know about this one. It's had a nice run. What was the low? Let's see if we can find it. Low, it looks like about a buck on May 11th. I don't know if it got lower than that. Maybe it did. But it's had a very nice run. It's doubled off the low in just a matter of what, 2, 3 weeks.
Yep.
So it's a question of where you think what you think its potential is from the fundamental point of view. If you think it has potential to run much more and you want to gamble, then you go into it. Now is not too late to go into it. If you think it's doubled already, and maybe it's going to slow down, maybe it'll take a while before it breaks 100, then there's no hurry in buying it at this point. And if you feel like you've made enough money, then sell it and bring the cash register. It's really a question of how you feel about the fundamentals going forward, which I don't know. But from the chart, it's quite obvious that 240 is going to be a hurdle that it may find difficult surpassing. May. So that's the number to watch at this point, 240. And you might, if you own it, you might want to take a little off the table if it gets up to 235 and let the rest ride. That's one possibility. Of course, our opinions are strictly owned and do not constitute investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we only have 2,750 subscribers. I would like 27,500 subscribers. So we need 10 times the amount. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It'll help get us there quicker to that target. Right, Kamal?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So what else did I put down? My memory is bad already. I got to look.
Could you take a quick look at Chewy?
I will look at Chewy Cocoa Puffs. CHWY, correct?
Yep.
All right. So this one had a sell off the other day and it bounced back today. It bounced back significantly, up 25 points.
Yeah, they had a really good quarter, and they are projecting sales to keep rising.
Well, that's good. Glad that that's the case for all those Chewy longs.
You see the volume there?
It's unbelievable volume. It must have been a blowout quarter.
Yep, and future forecasts are also looking good.
Well, the key number here, even before it gets to the 50, to take out is 3267. That's the key number to take out. There's 3 touches on that number. Let me draw that straight line in. So that's quite a bit of resistance right in there. And then of course you have the 50. So you're looking at resistance 3 points above where it is now, which is still room to make some money. It's 10%, nothing to sneeze at. You don't sneeze at 10%. So I see it, probably what it is, Kamal, is an easy 10%, and then it's got to prove itself.
Got it.
Yeah, but I think the next 10% should be easy.
Did you take a look at Roblox?
Yeah, Roblox had a sensational day today, and I was pleased. I own Roblox. I do not own Chewy. You do, right?
I do.
Roblox. We both own this one, or just me?
No, I don't own it, but I think Alexis.
Alexis owns it. Okay.
Yeah.
I originally got interested in this because of my grandchildren that constantly play this game. And I decided I'll buy some for them. I did, and I decided I'll buy some for me, and I did. So I've never played it. Looks like interesting. It's my entree into the metaverse. I believe that this is number one way to get involved with the metaverse is through this game, the Roblox. They made all kinds of deals with Nike and other big players to sell on their site. They're going to find ways to monetize. So I'm enthusiastic about the long-term prospects of this one. Short term, I don't know. I think it's kind of range bound in the short term. Let's take a look. Of course, it's dependent on the market. I think you'll see it move with the market. It's come down a lot from its highs.
Yeah.
But we are in a well-defined trading range over the last couple of weeks. Oh, it's a line I didn't want to draw. The line I want to draw, I can't draw. Come on.
You could undo it.
Yeah, I could. How the heck with it? It wants to stay there. Let it stay there. I don't care.
No, you basically put another line.
Yeah, made it darker. In any event, the trading range that I'm looking at is like 36 and a half to 27, or 27 to 36 and a half. And if that's the case, we're towards the upper end of that trading range, which means kind of like Chewy that I think it could have an easy time getting up to the 36, 30, 37 maybe, and then
Right.
it's got to prove itself that it can go above that. And if it does go above that, surprisingly enough, that double ruled line that I made is the next resistance area, probably. Well, the 50, of course, but 42.25 or so looks like pretty stiff resistance as well. So we have the first resistance area of 36.50. And that coincides with the 50-day, actually, doesn't it? It's exactly what a 50 is, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. The fifth, let's just read it. 50 is at 36.75, 78. Yeah, so it exactly coincides. And the second number doesn't coincide with anything, but it's certainly resistance. It's got a lot of touches up there. All right, so that's Roblox. We're in it with range bound. Look for more of the same until we're no longer range bound. Let the market tell you the direction on this one for the intermediate term. I think for the long term it's going to be good. But that's my gut feeling.
So we're looking for a green day tomorrow, hopefully.
We're looking for a Kamal Friday.
Yes. Thursday, Friday.
A Kamal Friday. Well, a Kamal Friday usually follows a Kamal
Thursday.
Thursday. Yes, that's correct. I'm going to look at one of the Bitcoin plays. How about GBTC? Okay, so Bitcoin, this is the trust that simulates the trading on Bitcoin. And we had a collapse yesterday, and we got about half of it back today. That's encouraging. And at this point, it does look like we're range bound on Bitcoin as well. So we can draw that range in. we're basically at the top of the range. We tried to close above that. It failed yesterday. Actually did close above it 2 days ago, but it was a weak candle, doji, that off of another doji the day before. So it wasn't the greatest candle in the world, and it kind of figured that we'd have a give back day yesterday, and today is it tried to go out of its range and failed. Well, it didn't fail; it just stopped right there. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow, right?
Yep.
We want to close. Actually, we want to close higher than we closed today. Any close higher would be very nice. We
I think
want
it
to,
will.
what we want to see is a green candle close above the upper line that I drew. That's what we want for Bitcoin or for GBTC, which basically is a similar chart to Bitcoin. So that about wraps it up, right?
Yep. We're 10 minutes above.
Oh, I spoke too long.
You're happy.
I'm a happy campus. Okay, on happy days, I talk long. If Heath was with us, Tim was with us. Let me just mention a few people. Cabinet guy from the Green Mountain State, Alexis, indubitably, and Pete was with us. Good to see everybody with us here today on a nice green day. Hope to have you back on a green Friday tomorrow. Cabinet guy says is that CVM? I can't read it.
CRM,
Oh, CRM. Yeah, looks interesting. All right, maybe tomorrow.
the Salesforce.
Take care, Kamal. Thanks for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. See everyone tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Ciao.
Take care, guys. Bye.